Yes, YouTube, back again. It's Daniel York here, again with another how to make your own clothing label. This is episode 5. Yeah, like I said from last week, I'll be trying to do these weekly now, as such after such a hiatus from last time. It was like 2-3 months. But yeah, we're back again. Um, as I said last week, I got in some samples. I was gonna get some samples in this week actually of some new stuff that I done from a different place. Yeah, this clothing game makes you spend a lot of money. It really, really helps if you have someone who's already doing clothes and they already got their links and their connects and they can tell you exactly where to go. But I didn't have any of that. I'm just starting from scratch. And if you go on any other channels, you will notice they don't give up their supplier. For the most part, they don't. Either they are the supplier, they do their own stuff themselves, or they will say go out and find a supplier, but they don't tell you who their supplier is. um, if there is someone out there that is telling them who their supplier is, please let me know in the comments. Please let me know because it saves so much time. Anyway, back to it. We have a new tracksuit that I got in. Let me just flick this camera. Right. Oh, it's my kitchen. Right. As you can see, there's a tracksuit that I got in. This is from Pakistan. So, um, I ordered this from when the 9th of January. Yeah, so it took a good 6 weeks. Now the reason for the time it took was this print. Now I asked for silver. Now anybody who's familiar with the brand Hoodrich, they have this hoodie out and it says Hoodrich here, just like mine says this, only it's like a metallic silver. It almost looks like it's hard. You can touch it and it's hard. And I said, as you do with suppliers, let me find real quick. I said, yo, I want that on my hoodie. And as suppliers do, he blagged, he ran his gums. Is like, yeah, I can do that, I can do that, as they say. And I'm like, really? You can do that, yeah? Because I'm looking at him like, I'm real skeptical. I'm like, bro, what I'm asking for is like a metallic plate across the front. I ain't seen that before on any hoodie. Um, it looks plastic, but at the same time, really, really shiny. It's like a liquid silver or metallic. Like, it looks like metal, but I know it's not metal on the hoodie. And he's like, yeah, I can do that. I'm like, all right. So he kept on coming back to me with different prints, and like every week, and he'd be like, yeah, this is what I'm printing on a hoodie. I said, no, I want it to look like this. Does that look like this to you? And he's like, no, no, no. Then he'll go away and come back. Like every week he did this for about 3 weeks. In the end, I was like, it's very clear that this guy can't do what it is I'm asking for. Then he went silent for about a week, 2 weeks. And then I hit him up and I was like, yo, what's going on? Like, because don't forget the the 9th of January to, was it, when did I get this? I got this on Monday. Yeah, Monday just gone. So can you imagine 9th of January to now? So he was digging, pulling his hair out, probably trying to find this um style of printing or style of putting logo on clothes. Couldn't find it. But he came up with that silver. And I'm quite happy with it, to be honest. It's a glittery silver. It's quite shiny. It looks really good. This is the hoodie. That's not the only thing I asked him for, though. I also asked him to do that pattern. So you know this pattern that I'm wearing right now? I asked him for this pattern on the hoodie, but in the inside part of the hoodie, but to be silicone. So not just printed on like this, but silicone print. And that he did amazingly well. Like amazing. Let me flick it and show you real quick. Right, so here's the hoodie. Now this is the inside right here, as you can see. Look at the pattern on that. Look at that. Isn't it the prettiest thing? So nice, so nice. It just looks, that's quality, and he got everything. There's no, like every single detail, he got it with this silicone. So I'm obviously gonna ask him to do the hoodie that I'm wearing now, but using silicone, because obviously he is the guy for that. Because look at this, this is perfect. This is actually perfect. So yeah, so he gave me this hoodie. So this is the front of it. So basically that's it there. Let me turn it over so you can see the back. See, now look at the way the back glows in the light with this the silver. It's quite drippy actually. I do like it. So yeah, let's get the hood up. There you go. So that's the back there. You can see the sparkles going on. So the silver's decent. I think I'm going to definitely come back to him to do these hoodies with my new logo on the arm as well. I like it. I like it. And it's not expensive. It's not expensive. I'm not going to tell you how much, but it's not expensive. And we've got these joggers here as well with the same sparkly thing going on one of the pockets. Now, one thing he did do was when he did the bottoms here, as you can see, there's no back pocket. So I said, yeah. I showed him the picture of the tracksuit that I want him to emulate. And I just assume that most jogging bottoms have a back pocket, right? I guess they don't. So this one, it's got pockets here. It's got your pocket here, which I asked him to put that logo on there. My other logo will go on this side. And yeah, I expected it to have a back pocket, but lo and behold, no back pocket. So when I ask him to do mass quantities of this, and I'll ask him to make sure there's back pockets on there. I also ask him to make the length a little longer, as the missus pointed out that it's a little short. Now, on me, it's not short, but on her it is. So she said to make it a couple inches longer. I'll do that. I also asked for a mask to be put in the hoodie. So you know how you see them hoodies and it has the mask integrated into the hoodie, so it looks like a turtleneck, right? Now I don't think he got what he meant, because this is what he did. So he's put this band of material, which still works quite well. I'm not gonna lie, it works very well. You can still put this over your face and it does the job. So when you wear it, it goes over your nose and mouth, covers the area. But as you can see, it is as though, although it works, if I'm wearing it and this is over my face, because of where it is on the hood doesn't sit quite flat when you're wearing it. No big deal. But also when you're wearing it and haven't got this on, this can feel a little bit uncomfortable tucked behind your neck. So yeah, a bit off camera there, but yeah, this, when you've not got this on your face, feels a little uncomfortable when it's tucked behind your neck. Yeah, so that's not cool. But he understands what I actually asked him for, so going forward we'll have that rectified as well. And I didn't have to pay extra for delivery, which is what I did need to do for the guys who did the Chinese. Though the quality on the Chinese one is still better. Like, this hoodie is still like leaps and bounds ahead in quality wise. So I'm going forward and getting these made in this color and in black. There's the t-shirt there. I love the t-shirt. I'm gonna get that done in black as well, but probably instead of down, I'll have it going across. Yeah, I'm gonna get these. I'm going forward with these guys as well, but obviously the time it takes is a way different, right? So I'm gonna get the quality done on this. I'm gonna get this quality jumper done, although it's gonna take a while for it to get back to me, and I'm gonna go with this guy. Now I believe he said it will take 2 weeks to do all of the ones that I need for this. So moving forward, I'm gonna do with this. This is another sample that I got. Remember last week the samples I had? That came from the dropship store I had attached to my shop. Yeah, attached to my my website. So this is all jogging bottoms that I got from them. It didn't come with the stuff that I had last week. It came on Saturday, and here it is here. Let's have a quick look at that. It's navy blue, by the way, just in case this is coming up as some other color. But if you zoom in there, you can see that once again that you can see that the print is not the best. It's just not. I mean, look, you can even see there's like a blurring here on the A and an I. You see that? And then this is just blurring. It's just not the greatest print on this bottoms. It's decent, and remember I had the blue jumper to go with this. So this was supposed to be to see what the jogging set looked like, but yeah, I'm not going with those guys anymore. Just because, yeah, the quality of this is terrible as well. It's nowhere near as nice as this joggers that I got from Pakistan, and these guys are way cheaper. So Apliiq, I've got to find out where these guys actually are based. I think they are based in America, and I do think it's an American company. But I'm gonna check. I want to make sure I have my facts straight so that you guys know exactly what I'm going on about. And this is another jumper that I got from them. Here, the embroidery here, remember the t-shirts I showed you last week? The embroidery was terrible. Now look, the embroidery here, that's how it's supposed to be. That looks decent, right? That looks decent, look at that. That's decent embroidery there. So quite happy with that. And I got from the same company that did that rubbish there, but they did this embroidery here. So they can embroider things properly when necessary, I guess. But once again, the print inside the hood, look at the size of that print. Look at the size, it's ridiculous. Now, the joke thing is, this pattern here, these two things, they're the same pattern. Look at that, same pattern. And the file that I gave both of these people is the same file. So how can I upload the file to print on demand company here and they give me this, which is just giant, and then I go to this guy here and I gave him the same file, and look how small and neat that is. It's perfect. That's how it looks on my PC. That's how it looked when I designed it. Yet for some reason, when these guys do it, it's like, I don't even know how. Look at the size difference. It's just ridiculous. It's like 10 times the size. I also asked for embroidery on the back like this, but bigger, and I was given this. Yeah. I don't even know what to say at this point. I'm just not going to use these people. So the embroidery that I wanted on the back, as you can see, was this. I've got a t-shirt of that, and it's actually giant. So that was supposed to be like the size of, well, not the size of this. This is too big, but it's supposed to be bigger. It's supposed to take up the whole back. That's the whole point. Just like how this one is on the back here, as you can see with this. The size of that, that's how it's supposed to be. That's what I wanted here, only with the DYLDN on top. But that size. So if the DYLDN here was here, you can see it would be quite big going across the top here. That's what it would be doing. This is what they gave me. And they charged me the amount that this guy charged me for the whole trackie. They charged me that pretty much similar for this one jumper as a sample. Say no more. Yeah, we are not using them. That's why they're off my website and we won't be going back. So again, this is another episode showing you the importance of samples and finding out who can do what for you. Right, so as I said, now I know who I'm going with. I'm going with these Pakistani guys here. They are cheaper than the Chinese guys, but the quality is not as good. I'll put the link for where I found these guys at the bottom, because everybody's style is different. So I've always said that I don't understand why people want to hide their suppliers. It doesn't really make a difference. Eventually you'll either find them or not. It's up to you. And whatever your clothes you're gonna make aren't gonna be the same clothes that I'm gonna make or I am making. So I don't mind sharing what I know. I don't mind sharing my suppliers if it helps you. I know I haven't got a load of subscribers right now, but maybe in a year, 2 years time, other people be like, oh my God, this guy's a godsend. He really helped me with my brand. And I was able to get my stuff out there super quick. Thanks to this guy. So future people, you're welcome. So what else was I going to talk to you about this week other than my new samples? Yes. So, because the website had to come down, and I've started to go into other areas, I was going to do a members site, because I'm following this guy online called Saya Collective, SIA Collective. They're on Instagram. This guy makes trainers. He's amazing. Black-owned business person. Mainly makes trainers. He does tracksuits as well. His stuff is it's so good. Obviously, he doesn't talk about who his suppliers are, but you definitely can't find them on Alibaba. He always makes sure to mention that they're not on Alibaba. I would love to find out who they are. I know they're in China somewhere though. That's the most he gives away, because for New Year's, Chinese New Year, he said all these factories were closed down. So obviously, them guys out there, they were closed down. So that's probably where his supplier is at. He makes great clothes. Check him out on Instagram. Very inspiring for me. And he does this thing where some of his stuff is pre-orders only for members. So he'll have some collection stuff just for members and other stuff just for the general public. And I'm feeling like that's the direction I may go in as well. Because some of the stuff is just so expensive to get made, you know? And because it's so expensive, before you even bring it out, you want to make sure that you have a high demand for it, right? So what I might do is the same thing, like I might do it with this coat over here. Remember that from last week? My black and gold puffer coat. And I got the silver one as well. But yeah, I might do that for this because it's quite expensive to get them made. And the minimum order is like 50. So because the minimum order is 50, I can't be like, that's expensive. That's a couple grand. So, or more than that even. So just for that, I'll probably do pre-orders, stuff like this tracksuit as well. That'll probably go on a pre-order as well in different colors. So first I'm gonna make the tracksuit in grey and black, and then I'll probably, when I want to do other colors, because getting that tracksuit made is quite expensive, mainly because of the little bits like that. These things here, just in case for the new starters, it's good to know these things. These are called aglets. Let me show you that. Aglets, right? So when you want to get these personalized, like I did, I want to get these personalized to have my DYODN written on there. They only do these in the thousands, okay? So if you're getting drawstrings, there's 2 a piece, right? So luckily, because I'm doing a tracksuit, and there's the bottoms also have diamond drawstrings as well, like this. It's because it's 1,000 you need. Obviously, the more I'm having 100 tracksuits or so done, or maybe more, having 1,000 aglets is useful, but then you have to pay for that, right? So that's another added cost. These things here, this thing circling, you know, this is called an eyelet. So if you want that done as well, again, that's 1,000 of those you get done. So obviously when you're doing high quantities, you're gonna need to buy from that person quite a lot, because obviously when he's giving you 1,000 eyelets, now you probably can't afford the amount of tracksuits that those eyelets can all cover, which is 500 tracksuits, because it's 2 bits per hoodie, or no, actually it's 4 bits per tracksuit and 2 bits per hoodie. So depending on what you're doing, maybe you don't need 500, you still need 200 something tracksuits, which is still quite a lot depending on your budget and, you know, how many other things you have in your range. So if you're going to have t-shirts, if you're going to have jumpers, tracksuits, I don't know, socks, women's tracksuits, women's jumper dresses, you know, can you imagine, the bigger your range is, the more expensive it becomes. So yeah, it's just good to know. If you want to make sure that your branding is on every little part of your clothing, it costs, every piece costs. Some things they may chuck in. So like if you want the, what's it called, you know, the label in here, the label in here that just has DYODN in there. So it'd be just like, oh, it's in my coat actually. Let me go to my coat so you can better see what I'm talking about. Right. Oh, sorry. Right, so in the coat here, we have, don't know if you can see that, the label, see? So it's having that, but inside a hoodie, inside your hoodie in here, that costs money. So the more, and you have to do those in 1,000 as well. So imagine you're gonna have, and it's like, I can't remember how much, but those costs all add up. So if you get 50 hoodies or 100 hoodies, that might cost you a couple grand. Then you still have to pay for all the little things like the aglets, as I was saying, the things on the end, these things here. well, this is a shoestring. Remember this hoodie? I was complaining about the shoestring, but yeah. But this would be a metal piece, and so you'll have to pay for those. You'll have to pay for the label on the back, and then the packaging. So and that's another thing that I'm working on now. So I'm currently buying my packaging. I'm designing it up, and I'm gonna buy my packaging. And again, that's done it in, depending on where you get it from. I'm going to Alibaba to get that. That the minimum quantity I've seen so far is 500, and that can be a couple £100 depending on the style of packaging you want to use. So it all adds up, man. It all adds up. And this is before you've even got your first customer. So I just want you, so let's just do a quick recap of my journey so far. So I started in November. It's now March. Yeah, and I've only just started getting all my samples back. So from November to March, what's that? November, well, it's the end of November. So let's just cut November out. So let's say December, January, February. So it's 3 months. It's the beginning of March now. So 3 months, yeah. I had my Shopify store, but I couldn't do anything with my Shopify store because we found out from the samples of the Shopify attachment to my store, the clothing they're giving out is garbage, so can't use them. Haven't even got any product to sell yet. So this is 3 months in, no product to sell yet. Product should be coming in the next couple of weeks, so mid-March. So let's call it 4 months from when I started to now. 4 months before I even get any product to sell, before I get a t-shirt, jogging bottoms, jumpers, whatever. 4 months before we even got to sell, and I haven't run no ads. So let's say I spent a couple grand on samples. Yeah, a couple grand on samples. I'm having to pay for my Shopify store every month, which is like, what is that, £20 a month? I'm having to pay for my packaging, which is coming, and then I'll have to pay postage and packaging when the sales come. So look at so if you're starting your own brand, take all that knowledge in. It takes around 4 months. It could take some people longer, because remember when I first started the journey, I was talking about a brand called Noel, and they make clothes, and it took them 6 months going through the sampling process. 6 months of going through just the sampling process before they even got started. So me, 4 months, I'm still 2 months early on them, and I've narrowed it down to 2 suppliers that I'm going to use. I still get hit up by some suppliers every day on my Instagram account, so I'll still probably dabble here and there to find other samples, especially when I find a certain thing that I want for my hoodie. I would then look around for a person that can do that, and then be like, right, can you give me a sample of that hoodie, please? And if they do it for me, then again, I found a new supplier again. So it looks like, I think through this journey, you'll be probably finding different suppliers until you find that one do-it-all supplier that can do everything you need. But yeah, 4 months and still haven't sold one t-shirt yet. I've sold theoretically, because I've got people coming up to me and seeing my stuff and saying, yo, I really like that jacket, or yo, I really like that jumper you got there. As soon as you got it, let me know and I'll buy it off you. I'll take it off you straight away. But although that's a theoretical sale, and yes, it's a sale, I haven't sold it because there's been no exchange of goods for money. So yeah, it's nice that people are interested. It's always good to know that people are interested, but at the same time, prefer if it's an actual sale. Yeah, so that's it for me today. Hope you got a lot of information that was useful to you again. And yeah, I'm gonna be back here next week, because next week I'm gonna start breaking down quality, really showing you the quality, and telling you where the dropshipping company is actually located. I forgot to mention, actually, this is a quick side note. I forgot to mention that this hoodie This was a print on demand as well. I remember I said it to you last week, but this one came in a week. This was really quick. Now, like I said, the quality is decent, but I didn't like the print because of this stuff here. See that? It's a little faded. I didn't like the print because of that. But the quality is decent. This is a joke. Unless I bought my own drawstrings, this I can't work with that. Maybe for t-shirts it will be a lot better. So this is someone you could possibly use for your site, and this is printiful, so you can possibly use them. The only thing is that if you buy the t-shirts from them, they don't put your own label in there. So what would you have to do? Would you have to buy the t-shirt from them just to put the label in them? But then if you're going to do that, what's the point in going with a drop shipping store that are going to do it straight from there to your customer? If you really want the label in your shirt, you might as well just go private label and just get it from these guys in Pakistan or these guys in China. It doesn't make a difference. So it's just easier doing it that way. So, but printiful, this is decent, and in a week as well. So depending on your product, like I say every week, depending on your product, depending on what it is you're looking to sell, some drop shipping can work for you. This, like I said, won't work for me because I'm really looking for quality, and this to me is not quality. The print is not great on this style of print, maybe because it's quite fine, so the things like the tails or stuff get a little bit faded. But for a t-shirt with a graphic on it, who knows, it might be better for the people that want to go that route. And you can print the label. You can have the label printed on the inside here. So depending on the style of your label as well, and if you're not too bothered about how your label looks, then printiful might be your best go-to, or a good startup for you. I mean, I might still even be able to use them because, like I said, I can print labels, and the cheaper shirts that I've got, like if I wanted to do a £10 shirt or what have you, I don't mind using printiful for that. And if people, but who's gonna want to buy a shirt that, well, we'll see. I'll work on the graphics and again do another sample, and then maybe I'll come back to you next week. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow from printiful, chuck a quick logo, buy it, see how it looks, and then come next week and show you how it looks and say maybe we can work with it, maybe we can't. But yeah, that's it for me, waffling on way too long as usual. Click subscribe, like the video if you like it, leave a comment below, let me know what I left out or what you need to know, any questions you need to know about the clothing game. If I can answer them, I will answer them for you. If you need any tips and pointers or advice from another YouTuber or someone else that can help, I've also been looking at a ton of people that have been helping me on this journey, videos I've been looking at. So if you just need a streamline of, look, I need to know a good supplier, I need to know a good YouTuber that I can listen to and follow, then drop the information below and I'll answer as many questions as I can. Okay? All right, cool. Peace.